All right, everybody. Welcome back. Happy Monday. We are live once again. We do this Monday through Friday, guys. Just starting this up for everybody. Monday through Friday at about 8:39 EST. So check us out here every day. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you got any questions, leave it in the comment and we will get to it. All right. Other than that, let's jump right into the charts here. First things first, let me share my screen here. And then share my screen here. And make this box a little bit smaller. Sweet. All right. So let's jump right into it, guys. First things first. Obviously, I already looked at all of this, so we don't have too much going on today. But I will run through all of them anyway. All right, so starting at the top with NAS 100. But if we were looking for a move, I'm sorry, I don't want to be buying this. I would be much more interested in shortening. But if we were looking for a move, it would be something like this, right? Pull down, break. Now, the 50 and the 200 is way too close, so I wouldn't be interested in taking a move here. We want this run and pull back and then drop. But at that time, the 50 and the 200 will be hitting crossed. And we'd be looking for some type of M off the 200 structure going short. Simultaneously, market baseline will go below the static, back above for the reload. And we'd be interested in this level 2 move going short towards the 800 EMA here. So not really interested in buying this any longer. It's pretty high already. So for me, this is a pass. US 30 gave us that funky move on Friday. Well, Thursday and Friday, rather. We had this 5200 cross. Whoops. We had the 5200 cross there. Then we had this funky W structure, kind of went up, made another W, and then ran up on NFP Friday, right? I believe, we did call this one like in the session of the very first one, and this did not work out. Reason being, as you can see, they held this level for NFP, which I was going to be careful about that. That Thursday before NFP, they tend to do this a lot. This was the original move that we were looking for, but they held it for NFP with one single shot. Boom. So this move happened on Friday. So obviously not interested in it today. This is nothing. This isn't a level 2 or level 1 trade. So this is a pass. Same thing on S&P 500. This is way too high. If anything, we'd be looking for.
Hey, Mike, for some reason your sound is like going up.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said your sound is fading. I'm not sure if it's on everything, but.
Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay? Let me see what's going on.
Yeah, now it's slightly better, but it was like steadily going down.
Okay, let me get a little bit closer there. I got my mic right here, but for some reason it did not connect. Let me see something. Yeah, I'm not sure why.
It's just a little bit better now, though.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll try to speak up too.
Okay.
All right, thank you for that. All right, so from here, you see we got this outside the band, so I can kind of tell that this is creating an outside structure. I'll be waiting for that second leg to retest that area. Same thing with NAS 100. The 50 and the 200 are pretty close, so I would much rather see this break the whole area, retest, and then go short. Right, same time market baseline will go below the static, back above for the reload, and we'd be interested in this move short. Market baseline, the 50 and 200 would have been in cross, so we're looking for some type of M structure off this 200 EMA. level 2 trade, right? So this is not happening as of yet. This might take a bit to happen. So this for now is a pass. Gold, on the other hand, gold is not happening today either, but we have a fresh 5,200 cross, as you can see right here. So more than anything, we're looking for some type of M structure off this 200 going back short, right? 800 is fine, but the better target would be this ADR low, right? Simultaneously, market baseline will go above the static for the reload, and the move will look something like this, right? As long as the R to R makes sense, which is it will, because even at the 800, it's nearly a 2-for-1, right? And definitely once it gets to the 200 to the 800 EMA, I'm sorry, you want to move your stop loss to break even if you haven't already, because this is a potential bounce point. So this move that you would be looking for on gold. This is not happening just yet, so this is a pass. Next up is silver. Silver is an easy pass because it's way too high. We have no idea what is even going on here. If anything, this is kind of outside structure because you can see this is outside the band. All right, looking for some type of move like this, break the structure, retest, and then drop. Simultaneously, market baseline will be going below the static, right? And then RSI line and signal line will go below as well, and then kind of come up. And then we'll be looking for this drop move here and here. That would be the move. This will definitely take a second to happen. So this is a pass for today. Next up is crude oil. Crude oil has been very interesting lately. Not too much going on with this one. This needs to come all the way back down. We got a 5,200 cross. This ping doesn't count. That's nothing. And as you can see, market baseline is above the static. So the next move on this would be W structures going long off the 200 EMA. Market baseline going below the static, back above for the reload. All right. This move will look something like this. All right. That is not happening anytime soon. So this is a pass for today. Next up, we got Bitcoin. I don't like to short Bitcoin, but James actually did Amber, believe it or not, which to be honest, it wasn't a bad trade. We had the 5,200 cross. We had this M structure, which doesn't count. You don't want to take that because you got outside the band. That's not right. Right. So what he did was he waited, it pulled back. First move to the 50, smashed it right here. He actually grabbed this move. It was really perfect, to be totally honest. Slightly risky because again, shorting Bitcoin anytime is just not a good idea. And as you can see, once it hit it, it just ran right back up.
So the idea was this just the pullback from the 50 cents at the end, did it? Or register?
Yep, it was the next move. So this would have been the money trade, right? So you got this.
So it's like skip the M.
Yep.
And then
skip the M because you got two outside the bands
next.
That don't count. You can't take that.
Yeah.
But you know the next move is the bounce off the 50, which is the money trade. So that's what he did. He waited. It ran down, pulled back with this one fatal move. Yes, this was NFP Friday, which is another reason probably one of the best. Oh, this was Thursday. I guess he took this on Thursday. But either way, this was the next move in the cycle. 5,200 cross. You see the M off the 200. That didn't count, though, because, again, you got two outside the band. So that's not a move to take. This could have easily, if you tried to take that, made a third leg that was inside the band, might have stopped you out and then dropped, right? And then did something like this. It could have easily did that, right? So very wise of him to skip the M because it didn't confirm. It's two outside the bands, right? And market baseline was below the static at this point, right? But this pullback to this area, nice. If you really look at this close, nice green candle, ran up, closed above. The next red candle was an engulfing pattern, closed below the 50 and the 13, smashed it. Like,
amazing.
gorgeous trade. So just wanted to point that out. That's actually in one of those markups that we put in there yesterday as well. But yeah, this is nothing for today. If anything,
That's strong though that even if the one before it wasn't anything, still the next one could happen. I didn't realize that. I was thinking it was like, okay, if the M goes and that's all perfect, then the next one could go and that needs to be perfect, you know? But now I'm seeing it's like each one is its own thing.
Yeah.
So one could be completely invalid, and then the next move in the cycle is still going to happen regardless.
Yeah. So with that same line of thought, right? This is level one. If you miss level one, don't worry about it. Just be ready for level two. Now, if you miss level two, you need to leave it alone because it's going to do this, and you need to let it turn around, right? You need to let it turn around, and let's say do this action. You get what I'm saying? Because we only taking 2 of these. So if you missed level 2, leave it alone, and then you want to wait for level 1 and try to grab level 2, right? So don't worry about this. This is one of those things where it's like, don't worry about missing trades. There's gonna be another one, and you should know what the next one should look like. So don't even worry about it. But yeah, great trade. If anything you were looking for on this one, you see we finna get a 5,200 cross. Right, so you would be looking for more or less that W off the 200 going long. Market baseline would go back below the static for the reload, and you would be looking for that move. Whoops. That will look something like this. All right, need to make sure this R to R makes sense, which it does, looks like. But yeah, this is the move you'll be looking for on here. And this is a lot better move to me because it's long versus short on Bitcoin. So yeah, that is not happening right now. So this is a pass. The peso, we not touching. All right, and then get into the currency pairs. All right, so right now, this is nothing. This is really high. We actually want to let this wait. Like even now, like this is a level 1 move. We got the 1350 cross. Even if this closes, this is a pass, right? Like you would think that this would be the master trade, but it's too close and it already touched the 200. I don't like that. I much rather would want to see the 5,200 cross, price come down, give me that M structure off the 200, and then drop. Right, market baseline going back above the static for the reload. All right, and take that move. It will look something like this. Much better move. Level 1, it's not nothing. Don't worry about it. Level 2, I'll be interested in this move here. This will take a second to happen, so this is a pass. EJ, same thing. This thing is just bouncing and bouncing and bouncing. Now, this is a little interesting for the simple fact that we do have this 5,200 cross. The next move would be, as you know, would be some type of W structure off this 200. Kind of did a lot going on here, but if you look up, you see it's bouncing off the 50 now to go long. Now, is this a confirmed trade? Let's see. Is this above? Look, this is above the 4. Yeah, so this is above. We got the 1 hour confirmation, the 4 hour confirmation as well. The only thing wrong about this is if you look at this, check this out. This is outside the band, right? This is outside the band. So you need to move to a second leg. You will be looking for something like this and then going long. All right. And you can that could look something like this. Take this to this ADR high. Not a bad move at all. But you got to wait on this because as you see, price is outside of the band. It's outside the band, inside the band. And right now it's outside. So you want to wait for this second leg to appear and then this will be okay to take. But right now it is still questionable because majority of the time it's outside the band, inside the band. This could easily come back, retest this area, and then close back above. So I'll be waiting for this move here. All right, that's EJ. This is actually the closest one so far, by the way. So just keep that in mind. This is at the top of the board right now. Euro CAD. Euro CAD is interesting. This is interesting because you got this 5200 cross, which makes sense. Next, you're kind of looking for some M structure off the 200, which you got outside the band, inside the band, as you can see here. This did run, right? Like you would have ended up having to close this because of the 2-hour rule. And this was on Friday. This is NFP Friday, right? So this move here, this is a little fake move, right? Like I will let this one go. This is way too close. The only good thing about this is market baseline did go below the static, so not too bad. Do we got 4-hour confirmation? Yeah, and it's below the 13 on the 4-hour chart as well. Check out the 15. 15 doesn't look that cute. Maybe over here it did. Yesterday, like 7 in the morning. You would have needed to wait till at least 9. So yeah, not the best, not the worst. This move did already kind of run. I just don't like how it is kind of ranging in this little area here. Just a lot of up and down. Like this is off. Not horrible though. If I was to put them in order, this might be second. Like maybe. But I'm leaving this one alone. This is not clear. And then I don't like this 2 legs over here and 1 leg over here thing. Maybe if it was 1 leg here and another leg here and then drop, that would look prettier. But this just looks funny. You got this leg all the way up here, then this leg's all the way down here. Technically, you will want that to close below this area to take it. It's just too much going on with this one. So for me, this is a pass. Euro NZD, more or less the same, actually. Yeah, more or less the same. So you can see here, you got the outside the band, inside the band, right? You have this 1350 cross, price ran down. Little mini structure here. They just played off this EMA for a long time. So this is nothing. This is a pass as well. I'm not interested in this one. Euro GBP was pretty close. It just kind of gave us some funky looking structure over here. So we got the 5200 cross. Next up, we're looking for W structures off the 200, which kind of gave you a little bit here with this 21 trade. Then it kind of faded back, kind of give you another one to go back long. But we need this market baseline to go to below this static, back above. Would love to see some type of outside the band and then inside the band. So close, but no cigar on EG. So this is a pass. Pass. EA is more or less the same exact thing. This is a fake trade because there's no reload. We got the 5200 cross. They mess around this 800 EMA. This M does not count. Reason being, if you look, market baseline is below the static. Ever since this 5200 cross right here, if you look down, the market baseline has not gone above the static at all. So this is nothing. You're looking for a move like this and then drop. The M off the 200 has not happened yet. So this is for now a pass. This might take a second to happen too. This needs to come all the way back up here. So be careful with that. Next up is GU. GU is, I've been saying this for a minute. GU is just going higher and higher. Yeah, I'll be leaving this one alone. One, we looking for this to peak out. All right, we got this ugly structure at the top here, but I'll be interested in this breaking this zone, retesting it, and then going short. Market baseline, 5200 cross. All right, get some type of M structure, then drop. Market baseline, we need to go above the static for the reload. and then I'll be interested in that. GU and GJ have been real funky lately. So I'm kind of leave these alone. Yeah, this is super ugly. This is ugly. It's not even a point to mark this one up. This is probably the ugliest one for today. So leave this one alone. GA. GA is just like EA. Why? We got this 5200 cross. And as you can see, it made this M structure, right? But look at the market baseline. The market baseline never went above the static. So this is nothing. This might be what they call one of those outliers, right? Because you did have outside the band, inside the band. Everything looked right about this, except there was no reload. Market baseline need to go above the static. So this is one of those 20% chance times where there's a no reload and it goes. But don't take this. This is not a good trade to take at all. So this is a pass. GBP CAD. GBP CAD is already running, but this is not our setup particularly. Once again, reason being we got this 5200 cross. I actually know people who are short this right now. And to be honest, it's not a bad trade. It's just that this is not ready according to what we do. All right, we got outside the band, inside the band. We got this over here doesn't count. But we got this 21 structure type trade, right? Dropping. But if you look, there's no reload. Once again, market baseline is not going above the static. So if this comes back and does this and then drop, then I'll be interested in this. But until then, it is a pass. GN looks just like GBP CAD. We got the same 5200 cross. This doesn't count. And we got this right here, which is outside the band. All right, and we got this funky M structure thing. Came down, made another one, and then dropped. This is not pretty at all. I would just leave this alone altogether. This is just another bounce off this 50. I would have much rather seen, as you can really see, we got this one wick off the 200, but as I always mentioned, I want to see some body, some body of the candle off the 200, which we don't have. So for me, this is nothing. It's a pass. GF has just created a new 5200 cross as well. So what I would like to see is some type of W structure going long off of here. Market baseline going below the static, back above for the reload. And that would look something like this. You can target this ADR high up here. Not a bad setup if this pans out, but this will take a minute. So for today, it is a pass. Next up, we have USD CAD. Remember USD CAD we took last week. So this is nothing. We need this to turn around, right? We got this kind of funny W structure. We see a bounce and then go long. We'd be interested in this level 1 master trade move. Right now, it's just really low. This is nothing. This is a pass. UF was a trade for last week, as you guys remember, with this 5200. And we had this M structure here, outside the band, inside the band, reload. This was everything. This is a pass for today. This is nothing. And I believe the same thing with the UJ as well. Yep, same exact thing. So although we had this first 5200 cross, M structure short, now we got a 5200 cross here. So we'll be waiting for the W off the 200 going back long. Market base now need to go below the static, back above for the reload. And we'd be looking for a close above this 800 EMA. Stops below here targeting the ADR high. This does make sense. However, it's not happening just yet, so this is a pass for now. AUD CAD. Yeah, AUD CAD looks pretty funny, but we got this fresh 5200 cross. Kind of looking for the same thing. Looking for W structures off the 200. Market baseline going back below the static, back above for the reload. Right. And make sure you get this close above the 800, just like on the previous one. So you want this close above, stops below this area. And you can target this ADR high as well. It's a nice 1 for 2.5. So not bad. This won't happen soon, but again, make sure you get a close above 800. For today, this is a pass. And I don't know what's up with NU. Yeah, this is a pass altogether. We'll just leave this one alone. I'm not going to touch this one. This like makes the hideous list today. This is super ugly. NZD CAD was a move last week, so it's not one this week. Well, I can't say it's not one this week, but we're looking for the next move in the cycle, which we got the 5200 cross. Had a funny W structure here, guys. Kind of make this little quasi move. This next W stuff off this 200 is the second W, so this is a pass. If anything, we want this to turn around, which will take forever to do. So today, this is a pass. NF looks really crazy, actually. Back it up a little bit. Yeah, NF looks weird. I'm gonna leave this one alone altogether. A lot of these NZD pairs, since they're more or less like Asia, they kind of like look funny sometimes and very wiki. So kind of got to be careful with them all together. But this looks funny. I'm gonna leave this alone altogether. AU isn't. Oh, AU actually isn't bad, but there is no reload just yet. So see, we got this 5200 cross, got this W structure that kind of went up, but there was no reload. Market baseline is still above the static here, as you can see. So if anything, we'll be looking for a real W. Market baseline actually going below the static for the reload, and then running higher. That move will look something like this. All right, stops below. Target will be this ADR high. Nice 2 for 2.5 as well. That is not happening just as of yet, so it is a pass for today. ADCHF, same thing. We got a fresh 5200 cross here. I'm looking for W structures off the 200 with the close above this 800 EMA. Market baseline going below the static, back above for the reload. That move will look something like this. Below, target is ADR high. And once again, nice 1 for 2.5. So not bad at all. That's not happening just yet, so this is a pass. Euro CHF. This one looks a little funky too. Yeah, this looks pretty funky. There is no reload, so we got a fresh 5200 cross. Market baseline didn't really go below the static, so if anything, we would be looking for some type of real W with a real reload. But this is ugly altogether. I think I would really leave this alone, but that would be the move I'll be looking for. But that's a pass for today. CAD yen. CAD yen is pretty out there too. It's just kind of bouncing off the 200. CAD yen looks like it wanted to look like EJ, but it doesn't. So we should leave this one alone altogether. This is a pass. FJ doesn't look horrible, but we do have a 5200 cross. We got this funny W structure with this mini reload. The reload is there. Market baseline is below the static, so that does count. The next move would be to bounce off of this 50 going long. However, we got outside the band. So just like EJ, you want to see this come back, retest, and then go long. Right? Because it's outside the band on the TDI, which you cannot take. So you want to leave that alone. But theoretically speaking, that move will look something like this. Right? Once you have the second leg, then run another. Market baseline is already good to go, but on the TDI, you need the inside the band. Right? So that is a pass. Cash Swiss. Cash Swiss is, we got this fresh 5200 cross. Looking for W structures off this 200 EMA. Market baseline still needs to go below the static for the reload. And you can target this high up here. Make sure you get this close above. Stops go below everything. Target is here. Nice $1 for $1.86. Not bad at all. So sweet. That's what this one will look like. This will take probably a second, maybe tomorrow setup, but not today. So pass on today's trade. AUD NZD is ugly altogether. We'll just leave this one alone. And it's two Asia pairs, so just let this one be. AJ, we did have a fresh 5200 cross here. This needs to come down, make some type of W structure going long off the 200. Market baseline going below the static, back above for the reload. And you can target this ADR high once again. This move will look something like this. All right. This is not happening just yet. This might not happen for a minute. So this is a pass. And last but not least is NJ. NJ is kind of funny looking, but we got a 5200 cross. We had this W structure going long. Had this little bounce. It's really like a combo trade because it bounced off the 50 and a 200. Yeah, this one, I want to just leave this one alone. This one needs to go ahead and top out, break, retest, and we'd be interested in this move here. So this probably won't happen until next week. This is actually the first one out. So let's leave this one alone. And that is
Can I ask a question on that one?
Yeah.
So you said it was a combo trade. At what point would you know that now it's turning into a combo trade?
As soon as it touched this because remember so you got the 5200 cross. Next up is the W.
After the W.
Yep. And you see it's supposed to bounce off the 50 and go long. But once it comes down and bounces off the 200 like this with the 50 after the W and the reload, that makes this a combo trade. Remember, the only difference between the money trade and the combo trade is the fact that the combo trade touches the 200, just like it did right here.
Okay.
But yeah, it comes right after the W. Off the
right
200.
Okay.
Yep. So we got the 5200 cross. We got the W. This, I can't say it was supposed to, but theoretically, it would only bounce off the 50 and not touch the 200. But in this case, it touched both. So it bounced off the 200 and then ran up. So this little bit of section right here made it a combo trade.
Okay. So it's like if I was watching this and let's say I just hit this number with the W or whatever, I saw that top out and then drop back off, that's when I would start to look for like maybe a next trade is coming right there where it drops back down.
Yep, right here to the 50, but not the 200. If it touches the 200 after the W with the reload, how it has, this is a combo trade. It's because if it didn't, imagine if it didn't, let's say it just had the cross, we had this W. Let's say it just came up and then it bounced and it ran up and we took it right here. This would be a money trade.
Okay.
All right. But seeing that it came down here and touched the 200 as well, it's a combo trade. And they happen, as you see, but not that often. But if you notice, the combo trade is a setup because it typically runs after this. Now, this wasn't pretty. It wasn't like super pretty, mainly because the RSI line was out of the band on the TDI. But assuming it didn't, this would have been a nice trade. Like it ran. Close above. You would have targeted here for this high, and it went way past that. Can't say you would still be in this trade because obviously that would be over the weekend and holding sessions. But theoretically speaking, this would have been real nice. Yep, and that is it. So cool. Other than that, guys, I will go ahead and jump of this stream. If you guys got any questions, again, leave them in the comments. We'll get to them. All the links in the description, whether it's the Discord, the Patreon, website, all that good stuff's in the links in the description. So check it out. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe. If you guys got any questions, again, leave a comment and we will get to them. All right. Other than that, this should theoretically be a good trading week. We don't have much news. Monday, Tuesday is pretty clear. Wednesday, Thursday, we have early news at 8:30, so that's not bad at all. And then on Friday, we got late news at 10 Eastern. So be careful on Friday. Other than that, guys, I will check you on the next one and be safe out there.